Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be reacting to someone a little different. His YouTube name is Donut Operator. So basically he just goes through police breakdowns, police shootings. We're gonna watch some today.
Center perimeter, guys. Hi everyone, Donut here. Dang, I gotta say dang because you can't curse within the first 7 seconds of a YouTube video now as per the new guidelines. Dang, Houston be popping off lately. I did what, 3 or 4 shootings in the past month that were just in Houston alone? 2 of them involved that stud known as Officer Reddy. He's just out there mag dumping everyone. Who shoots at him? Witness the quacks of justice.
That's that video right there. That's that video right there. I've seen this video. It's that video right there.
Officer Reddy is in the video we're about to review. Houston PD seriously needs to give him a long paid vacation so he can take time away from being a bullet magnet. That man can't stay away from mag dumping people. Not in a bad way though. Good mag dumps. But first, our sponsor for today is DillDash. It's pretty simple how it works. It's an auction website that's been around. Not there
That's
yet.
for you, bud.
You like the whole day?
Not me. I'm not sponsored by shit.
Get some context, YouTube. December 16th. Shootings. Oh, what is this email I just got? Dash.com/donut.
I want to hear what he said.
Let's do shootings. Oh, what is this email I just got? As per the new YouTube guidelines, I can't encourage people to do shootings. What? Get some context, YouTube. December 16th, 2022. The place where that robber was blasted by a random person in a taco place.
Oh, I seen this. And he just fucking...
Houston, the deadliest place in Texas. Did you guys know that? Houston has the highest violent crime rate of any city in Texas, with my San Antonio coming in second. December 16th, 7:20 a.m. Officers attempt to stop a car driven by our suspect who is wanted for aggravated robbery and carjacking. This means that he could be armed and possibly dangerous, probably both. Who knows? It's still hairy. Almost as hairy as your... You never would have guessed it. I didn't see it coming. The suspect did not stop the stolen vehicle he was driving for police. The suspect drove away from police, ran a traffic light, and crashed into some poor bastard who was just trying to drive to work. Doesn't he know that's illegal? Then the suspect did the right thing and he stopped and he was like, "Officers, what can I help you with?" "I'm just kidding. He ran on foot." You know he ran on foot. This is Houston. As the officers are chasing him, one of the officers states that he's armed. Well, that'll get the old adrenaline pumping.
Pretty good.
Damn, dude, he got mad bars. Drop the gun! Drop the gun! He got the gun now! Center perimeter, guys. Drop the gun! The officer who we're looking at right here attempted to deploy his...
I'm trying to look at what the gun is. I'm not sure.
Taser with no success, because if the taser doesn't work, the taser doesn't work. The guy clearly has a gun in his hand and is probably 2 seconds away from getting blasted when he chunks the gun into the air. I'm guessing he's trying to get rid of the evidence onto the roof like police don't have f***ing ladders or anything, or he's hoping Jesus swoops down and grabs it from the sky. Who knows, but right after it hits the ground, cause he f***ing sucks at everything in life apparently, he tries to pick the gun up again with like 4 police officers pointing their guns at him. The officer whose body camera we are looking through fires 3 shots, then you hear some more shots, but I'm not sure which officers are firing, but they did hit him in the ankle and the leg. Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop it!
The second he turned around and starts grabbing that gun, I would have fucking dropped his ass.
I watched this video more than a couple times, and I think that the officer we were just watching was the one that fired all the shots, because there's 3 shots, and then you hear like 3 or 4 more shots, but he got hit in the ankle and the leg. The suspect, after being hit in the ankle though, does the right thing. He puts the gun down, and then he surrenders to police because that ankle would be looking like rare roast beef. Just kidding, he picks the gun up and he continues to try to just free throw it right into the sky. You ready? Go, go! Hey,
What are you doing? Oh, right there. Right there, he about fucked up badly. That cop should have kept his eyes on the suspect and the cop. He Had that cop in his peripheral. What was he using?
He eventually goes down, and the officer we are watching runs back to tell the other coppers where they are. The chase, the shooting, the tasing, it all happened so fast, the officers ran into that apartment complex, and they didn't have time to call out where they were. That's why the officer runs back and gives the address out, because their homies are frantically driving around wondering where all the shooting is happening that they're calling over the radio. It's very puckering. Officer Reyes returns to the top of the stairs after calling out their position, where they all jump into action, cuffing, searching, and applying a tourniquet. Fucking heroes.
That's why you couldn't run, because your pants were around your goddamn ankles, you fucktard.
They ended up finding 2 more guns on him. Our mans was running around with 3 guns on him.
Okay, we'll go back to that. He had another one in his pocket, too.
Speaking of, what the hell was he carrying in the first place that he was trying to give to Jesus? The one that almost got his off button pushed. We'll have to wait for a better angle on that one. Let's look at officer number 2's body camera. The officer tries to deploy a taser right here, like I said earlier, and if the taser doesn't work, the taser doesn't work.
Move away! Move away!
That's a Tech 9.
It's a Tech 9. The f***ing Tech 9. And the suspect is a ninja.
Stop the gun!
I have no idea where this part where he's halfway up the stairs and he's pointing the gun at officers, they didn't send him to another plane of existence. We all know what Officer Reddy would have done in this situation.
Sorry, not quack, 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 quack.
One thing that made me pucker right there is that the officer running up the stairs holstered and then quickly ran up the stairs after the guy. It worked, fortunately, but let's remember the guy still has 2 guns on him. Last but not least,
Yeah, why
the
would you
third
holster?
angle, the
You
third
always
body
keep your
camera
gun
of the other officer who's
out.
on scene.
Where are you now? Don't fucking move! Your location. Move away! Drop the gun!
God, why do you keep throwing it, dude?
Ray, what's the crossfire?
123, I need to help you.
91 Bel Air! 9100 Bel Air! Shots fired!
900 Bel Air, shots fired.
I got it! Hey, bro, hey, don't move! Don't move!
That is quite possibly the luckiest suspect on the planet. He was charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault against a public
check your
servant and
phone?
aggravated robbery.
Yeah,
No
I'll
officers
check
were
it real
hurt,
quick.
and the person that he wrecked into trying to get away from police only
Still ain't
suffered
working.
minor injuries. Well, everyone, that's all I have for you today. When you see this video, I'm probably going to be at SHOT Show by then, so I'll have another video out for you in a couple of days. If you want to help support the channel, go to donutoperator.com, get some super sweet merch from Bunker Branding over there. Subscribe to my other stuff. Until next time, everyone.
Alright. That was actually kind of like, that was a good video. Well, it wasn't good, I mean, he had to shoot it, man, but that's, cops have to do that sometimes. You know, if you gotta shoot someone, you gotta shoot someone. That's how it is. We're gonna do this one, because I hate
Hi
seeing this one.
everyone, Donut here. I'm feeling a lot better. I don't sound so much like the movie trailer guy. I'm starting to get over the flu a little bit, like my last video. It was a little rough making that one. I got a B12 shot, took a bunch of vitamins, some Tamiflu cocaine, and I'm ready to go. We're going to be
Tamiflu
talking about the
cocaine.
aftermath of a mass shooting today. Not quite so much bodies laying on the ground, but at the police tactics in responding to the mass shooter. They did a really good job, and we're going to talk about that. They didn't wait around for an hour. Believe it or not, there's no sponsor. Let's get to the shooting. October 13th, Raleigh, North Carolina. That evening, a 15-year-old teenager decided he just wanted to kill some folk. He put on some camouflage, puts a pistol in his waistband, straps a big hunting knife onto his belt, and grabs a shotgun. His first victim was his 16-year-old brother, who he shot and stabbed to death. At around 5:09 p.m., police received calls that there were shots fired and people were shot in the area. I'm going to talk about everywhere he goes, but in total, the crime scene was 2 miles long. At 5:12 p.m., another caller states that they found 2 people lying on the ground in front of a house. Shortly after that call, Raleigh police officer Gabriel Torres was inside his personal car about to drive to the police station to work his shift. The suspect walked up to him and shot him while he sat there. At 5:19, more people are calling into 911 and saying that they saw a young white man with a shotgun running into the woods. At 5:21, another person called and said they found 2 women dead on the trail in the direction the shooter ran. One was on a jog and the other was walking her dog. He even shot the dog. This little then runs and hides somewhere. That's where the body camera comes in.
The fucking
Officers
dog.
immediately started combing the area while using a K9 to track. The Bork Bork Nom Nom is using his snoot snoot to search for this little piece of shit. Basically, in a situation like this, the K9 officer can't use both hands because he has to keep the K9 on a long lead, and sometimes he's able to get a pistol out in his other hand. Basically, in a situation like this, the K9 officer can't use both hands because he has to keep the K9 on a long lead. Sometimes the K9 officers can pull their pistol out, but they still don't have a long gun, and they're in the woods, and there's an active shooter out there somewhere. He could be looking at you right now. This means that the K9 officer needs a K9 tracking team with him. This is much like a military patrol. They span out, keep their head on a swivel, and look 360 degrees to make sure the K9 officer and the K9 don't get lit up. The K9 officer's focus is on his dog. In the beginning of the body cam video, you can see the officers approach and hop a fence while tracking with the dog. You know what we haven't used in a while? Expensive high-tech crime recreation software developed for me by the FBI Crime Lab, CIA, Alex Jones, and NASA.
I'm kind of retarded.
I'm going to go ahead and show you where
Me
this little
too.
picture is because it kind of increases the pucker factor of how dangerous this situation is. Fence, first building, Popo. Oh no, his torso's not connected to his legs. More Popo. Here's a leash. Here's a Bork Bork. Second building, piece of kid with a shotgun. Trees. As soon as they jump the fence, there is a building directly in front of them. Of course, they need this to be cleared before moving to the next building across the way. Guess who's lying in wait, pronged out, inside of the building across the way? Good here, Law.
First deployed. Got gunshots in the work, guys.
The first officer you saw drop like a sack of taters gets hit right in his knee by the suspect's shotgun. The 5 or so officers around him immediately return suppressing fire and seek cover. They assess the situation and figure out that he was prone inside of the building. He's not shooting anymore.
So I
the
don't think they knew where he was, but like they could tell where he was in the building, so they just started lighting up that area. I think is what I was trying to say.
officers set up a perimeter and start issuing commands. Let's take a look at the body camera of the officer who was shot in the knee and went down. He immediately goes down, and a quick-thinking officer behind him grabs him and drags him behind cover. He identifies where he is hit, and they throw a tourniquet on him. Good shit. After a couple of hours, officers enter the metal garage and find the suspect down from a single gunshot wound. We can't watch that part of the body camera because it's a juvenile, so they're not going to release it to the public. Last I read, he was in critical condition. In the end, 7 people were shot by the suspect, and 5 of them died, including the off-duty Raleigh police officer who was sitting in his car in his driveway. Police have said that they currently have no motive for why he wanted to do this. He had no connection to any of the victims after he killed his brother. They were just at the wrong place at the wrong time, it seems. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys this video mainly for the tactics used. We talk a lot about dogs biting the f*** out of people around here on this channel, but we rarely ever talk about how good they are at tracking down dirtbags. Let me know what you think about the
I'll watch a dog bite the fuck out of someone. much time do I have left? Because I want to watch the Uvalde school breakdown. Was that the one in Texas? I think it was.
Hi, everyone. Donut here. You clicked on this video and it's not live. That means that I'm going to start this here in like 4 or 5 minutes. I'm sure you can see down in the comments below wherever I actually start it. We're going to let the chat get populated a little bit though, and then we're going to talk about some of this Uvalde stuff that was released today, because a whole lot was released. They finally released more than, I don't know if the diddly.
This is a live video. I don't want to watch a live video.
And like I said in my first Uvalde video, I'd like to wait for more information to come out to make a video about it. But they're doing the live Senate hearing right now, and I think it'd be kind of... Hi everyone, Donut here. It's your boy Donut Pickle Taters back with some more shootings. Today we're going to talk about one of the most dangerous things to happen to police officers: ambushes. You never know when an ambush is going to happen, and you're never ever really prepared. If you recall, it was just a couple weeks ago when I did that breakdown of an ambush on those 3 police officers in Bristol, Connecticut. A drunk guy got kicked out of a bar by Bristol police, and so the next day he grabbed an AR, got into the bushes across the street from his house, called police, and waited for them to show up before firing more than 80 shots into their backs. 2 officers were killed, and the 3rd flanked the dirtbag and finished him off with 1 shot. That's a police officer's worst nightmare right there, and the video that we're about to watch is kind of like that. But no cops die or get seriously hurt in this video, so we can just go ahead and make fun of the ambush idiot. He gets a little holy. But first, a word from our sponsor, GovX. Do you have a D-game? Well, sticks out your background.
Is he gonna get holy around this
below, and use the code DONUT. That's GovX 18th, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Oklahoma police got word that there is a man inside of a camper who has an out-of-state felony warrant. Like the ambush we just watched a second ago, 3 officers respond. A female officer is the first to approach the camper and calls out for Sammy.
Sammy!
The suspect's name is Timothy, and the other officers are Cody and David. Who is Sammy?
Huh? She told us we could leave. It's her trailer.
Oh, the trailer belongs to Sammy, and I'm guessing Sammy gave them permission to go inside. Is Sammy harboring a fugitive? Where's this criminal mastermind known as Sammy? Anyways, the female officer enters the trailer to look for Sammy and Felon Man. Sammy isn't home. She has her service pistol out. The second in the stack has a non-lethal shotgun and his service pistol out. You can tell it's non-lethal because of the orange pump and furniture. And the 3rd officer has his AR ready to go. The female officer makes an attempt to clear the trailer and is followed by the 2 other officers. She spots what might be a plate carrier, oogles it for 30 seconds, then decides to finally clear the bathroom that her back is to after one of the officers says something.
Sammy! Hey. Alright, yeah, we're clearing the trailer. Look at that. You see that, right?
What? Is that a bag?
Is that a bag or is that a vest? That's a vest.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
You clear this?
We need to lift this up.
Looks like there's no Sammy and no Felon, or is there? The officer says to her partners, "Let's lift this bed up. You'll never guess what's under there."
No, we need to lift this bed up. Cody, you got cover out there while we do this?
Surprise, motherfucker! The first 2 officers hightail it out of there while Big Brass Balls Officer Cody, who is covering them with his rifle, engages the threat as soon as his partners are clear.
Acts of justice.
Well, one of the officers is clear. The one that went out the door and went right. Female officer, on the other hand, this part right here f***ing kills me. If you were paying attention to the female officer's body camera, you might have noticed she ran in front of the trailer. And I'll show you why this part f***ing kills me with my high-tech crime recreation software, created especially for me by Homeland Security, the NSA, and Elon Musk. I'm not addicted to vampire slayers. You're addicted to vampire slayers. Where's my software? Okay. Trailer. We're looking at it from the side, so Officer Cody, he's got a very long torso. He's got his long gun. Officer Cody's a giant. Bad guy. He's a bit smaller than Officer Cody, as you can see. Inside the bed, he's got a gun too. When the second male officer bailed, he went this way, out of the line of fire. The female officer ran out the door and took cover in front of the trailer. So, does anyone else see a problem with this? Bad guy's shooting at Cody. Cody's shooting at bad guy. Hold on, let me just point this out right here. Yeah. Officer Cody with his rifle has no idea the female officer ran right into his line of fire. Thank God there wasn't any over-penetration into the female officer's head, because that was a perfect angle for a blue-on-blue incident to happen. Anyways, due to shooting through the bed, so Officer Cody with the rifle says, "Not today, you sneaky little scamp." He fires a couple shots, and you hear the guy in the bed start making the I'm shot noises.
Shots fired, shots fired.
I believe he may have hit that guy at least once. You see the dude lift up the bed to peek through, and Officer Cody just puts 3 more shots right into him.
Shots fired, shots fired! Oh, yeah, 1033.
The 2 other officers return to the camper and start asking Mattress Man very nicely to come out with his hands up, to which he replies by shooting at them some more. Because getting in a gunfight from a wooden coffin is a great idea. No one ever said old Timothy was a smart man.
Come out with your hands up!
Come out with your hands up.
Come out with your hands up!
Come out with your hands.
He's still in there, he ain't happy.
Alright, let me point out another thing that kills me about this video. Let me reiterate also that hindsight is 20/20. Of course we critique these videos like this for a training aspect, not to shit on anyone. You guys can shit all you want in the comments, but I'm not shitting on anyone. I'm just pointing out some obvious tactical thingies in this. Tactical thingies, that's what we call them in the tactical world. So, the female officer pushes the second male officer out of his concealment into the line of fire. Guess what happens right about that time that he's out in the open? The officer retreats behind Officer Cody and says, "I'm hit, I'm hit, I'm hit."
Come out with your hands.
It's your fault, you fucking dumbass.
Fortunately
bitch.
for that officer who ran behind Officer Cody, he did not get shot, but he did catch some wood splinters in the face from the suspect's bullet. That
Okay,
means that
thank
the
God.
bullet did
But
come
still, it's
close
your
to
fault.
him, though. The female officer then tries to take command of the scene and tells Officer Cody to get out. Excuse me, what? He has a long gun covering the suspect. He even tells her, "No, you guys go first." She's like, "No, you go, I got you."
Timothy, can you come out with your hands up? Back out of the trailer. Back out of the trailer.
You all go first.
Go. Go. I got you. Go. Walk, you're injured. Go.
Dude, don't let her behind you. Alright, whatever. The guy never got out from underneath that bed. SWAT eventually went in to recover his corpse. Just remember, kids, always have your parents check under your bed for felons with Glocks. Nothing is impossible. If only this were San Francisco and they had a killer robot to send in after him. Just kidding. Remember I made that video last week of the killer robots of San Francisco? Well, they went back and voted against it. You guys gotta check out this councilwoman online. Cracking me up, boys. This council lady is like super proud of herself in San Francisco. She said, "We just stopped the use of killer robots in San Francisco." Complete reversal from last week. Common sense prevailed. Okay, common sense, right? I said, "What exactly did you think killer robots meant?" She said, "I voted against it last week as well and was asking myself the same thing." She doesn't even know what it means. As I explained in my video, it wasn't like the robot from RoboCop roaming the streets going after minorities. It was the bomb robot they used in Dallas to preserve human life, and they only used it once, and that was in 2016, and it was their last option to get rid of a mass shooter. The San Francisco bill said, yeah, the police can do that as a last resort, and only if a high-ranking official approves it. But this lady's like, killer robots? Oh my God, no! And then on Twitter, she's like, I don't even know what killer robots means. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope that you're having a great week. And if you want to help support the channel, you can go over to Patreon, where I have 18
I want to watch
episodes
a
on
video
that.
about R2 fuck you.
Hi everyone, Donut here. Sorry I've been absent for a couple days, but my son brought home the flu type A from school just for Dad from his little D-Gen classmates. I had some good videos lined up and we're gonna jump to it now, but first I want to talk to you about something. Also, my eyes are bloodshot and a little watery because I'm sick with the flu, not because I'm high. Skynet is coming to San Francisco. Joe Rogan told me that. I mean, but are we really gonna be upset if San Francisco is gone? AKA Dirty Needle Hobo Butthole Los Angeles 2.0. Why is my camera looking that far that way? Come here, you little whore. Oh, the cat's been fucking with it. I'm joking about San Francisco disappearing off the map because of killer robots. Just wishful thinking. I wonder if there are as many hobo dicks in San Francisco just swinging around for everyone to see like there is in Los Angeles. Which place has more hobo dicks hanging out? Why am I asking these questions? But have you seen the headlines? San Francisco police killer robots motion passes. San Francisco will allow police to deploy robots that kill. Hey, my flu is making me sound like the movie guy almost. San Francisco to allow police killer robots. San Francisco approves killer police robots. Time to arm your toasters, folks.
I want to arm my
San
toaster.
Francisco allows police to use robots to remotely kill suspects. Before we continue, give a standing ovation to our sponsor for this video, USCCA. Let's say someone attacks you or a family member and you rightfully shoot them in self-defense. Sad to say, there's a chance you're going to be arrested and drugged through criminal and civil court. The USCCA is one of the only podcasts I'll actually catch every once in a while, especially the one where he did shrooms with Post Malone. I like him because he usually does a lot of research and he's very inquisitive and he's not just a headline reader. Of all people, Joe, I thought you'd be the one to research this.
You were the chosen one!
I'm pretty sure you've even talked trash about people who were headline readers before, Joe. Joe Rogan posted on Instagram. San Francisco police can now kill people with robots. The rule proposal passed 8-3 in civil rights groups where a Rubicon has been crossed. Joe Rogan said, "This is such a fucking tremendously insane decision with terrifying implications. The fact that anyone thinks it's okay to vote for robots gunning people down is fucking nuts, but that a majority is just bonkers." Oh, and you're reading it from a Vice headline? Come on. Chris Cole, no, my favorite skateboarder is like, F this. I think I got one of the most voted replies on here. I feel like you of all people would have researched instead of reading a headline. I'm going to explain myself here in a second. Joe, I don't know if you knew this, but Dallas PD did it before it was cool. I don't think I heard you talk about that one. That's right, they smoked a motherfucker with a robot if you never heard that story. I hardly ever recycle content, but I've already talked about the Dallas robot and told that story within the past 30 days. Gonna recycle a little bit of that story right here. The Dallas robot, better known as R2FU. Here you go. You can skip ahead a minute or two if you don't want to watch it, if you've already seen
Where's
it.
it at?
The suspect took his Sega AK-47, a Glock
That's actually
19,
fucking
threw on
cool.
some hard plates, and headed over to downtown Dallas, where they were having a protest over the deaths of Philando Castile and Alton Sterling. The suspect opened up on crowds of officers and protesters together, killing 5 cops and injuring 11 more people. After hundreds of shots being fired between the suspect and officers, he barricaded himself into a nice little funnel where in order to get to him, officers would have to go down a...
Is this it? Is it this one? I don't know if this is it or not.
Hi everyone, Donut here. I'm a little red, if you couldn't tell, because I'm like one of the whitest people on earth until I go out in the sun. And I'm like, oh, got the happy. Google, look up some police news, and come to find out, police were told at the Dallas shooting last year to leave their protective gear behind. You guys probably saw the Dallas shooting last year where Michael Xavier Johnson, who was mad about the Philando Castile shooting, he was also mad about the Alton Sterling shooting down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So he took his rifles, he went out, he killed 5 white Dallas police officers. He was specifically targeting white officers. He injured 9 of them. And I don't know if you guys have seen the videos, they're pretty awful. He was legitimately just executing them in the street, up with a rope up. Badass way to take someone out. The news investigated reporting on their part. They
I don't know if
downtown
this is
Dallas
it.
last July,
No,
where
it's
5
not.
officers were killed
Fuck,
and 9
where is it? Oh, let's do this one.
Hi everyone, Donut here. I'm not at my office. I'm actually visiting my family right now. Look, I'm at the lake. Look how pretty it is. I also didn't pack very well, and I'm going to be using my vlog camera for this video. So hi everyone, I hope you're having very, very happy, good holidays. First off, I want to give a shout out to Ryan Tillman. If you haven't seen his channel, he's a good dude, law enforcement guy, does shooting breakdowns too. He just started a series where he's taking civilians and running them through police scenarios using sim rounds, and it's pretty badass. He's going to be coming up to San Antonio here in the next couple months, and he's going to let me play one of the suspects and mess with some civilians. So like me, Brandon, all the boys, we're going to get together, and we're going to be bad guys. Head over to Ryan Tillman's channel, check out that new series, it's pretty dope. Before we get started, guys, it is unsubscribing the shit out of people from my YouTube channel. YouTube is. They're just removing people. So hit the notification button and subscribe if you haven't already, or if you need to again, since they hate me. Today we're going to break down, you guessed it. Just kidding, the suspect in this video miraculously doesn't die from the 30+ shots that were thrown at him by the Houston Police Department. I'm kind of sad about this Houston police shooting though, because there's not a surprise corgi out of nowhere coming to help the boys in blue. But first, a word from our sponsor. This shooting is sponsored by Americana Pipe Dream. Why, yes, in the last ad I did for those guys, I called it American Pipe Dream. Sometimes I do it dumb, but those goofy bastards over at Americana Pipe Dream are getting more and more really cool camo patterns and really cool shit in every day at their warehouse. And if you go over to AmericanaPipeDream.com and use the code DONUT, you get 10% off your order. How rad is that? Check out what they got. Oh my god, they got a giveaway. Oh my god, they got the French CCE Woodland Fleece. What new stuff do they have? Oh yeah, they just got a shit ton of Yugoslav M59 helmets, and they sent me some, and I'm probably going to shoot them. I want to see what they stop. Oh, model 1970 Alpenflage. I want to know where my fucking Flecktarn is. There we go. They got Flecktarn Woobies now? Like I said, head on over to Americana Pipe Dream. So what had happened was two Houston police officers were riding together in a marked police car doing some good old-fashioned patrolling when they spotted a suspicious vehicle in an area that they know that dope is being slung. They says to themselves, could that person possibly have drugs or a Draco-styled AK pistol in his car? Surely not, but let's follow him just in case. While following the vehicle, they saw it run multiple stop signs in a residential neighborhood. Now they have a good reason to stop them and say, hello sir, mighty fine day we're having, how are you? But he didn't want to talk to the police at all, so he took off. Police pursued the guy for a little bit more before the dude's truck suddenly spun around in the middle of the road. Before the officers could put their patrol car in the park, the suspect started shooting at the police through his own windshield. According to reports, the suspect was using a Vishka AK-style pistol. Oh god, a Vishka pistol, it's like a Draco. I was sitting with Brandon the other day watching this, and we both read that it was an AK-style pistol that the guy was shooting at cops, and automatically we both knew it was a Draco or a Vishka. Brandon said the officers probably didn't get hit in that initial volley from his AK-style pistol because the f***ing thing doesn't work. Piece of shit Vishka. You know what I'm talking about, the one that gangbangers shoot like they're in Somalia fighting Delta Boys and Army Rangers. It reminds me of that shooting I did a while back. 2018 to be precise. Jackson, Mississippi, the officer got into a fight with a suspect, and the suspect's brother pulls out a Vishka or Draco and tries to kill the cop, but accidentally kills his brother, who was fighting the cop. Then he got charged with capital murder for smoking his brother and attempted murder of a police officer. Holy, look how sunburned I was.
Hi everyone, Donut here, and as you can see, I don't wear sunblock ever.
Anyways, back to our shooting in Atlanta, Texas. As soon as the suspect starts putting rounds into the middle of the police officer's windshield, they both bail out and each of them throws a magazine into the area where the person shooting them is sitting.
Look, you can see where the first shot comes in. Right there. Hits like right around the windshield. So that's actually a tactic that police will use. They will shoot through their own windshield. I don't know the whole, whatever the fuck those detective things.
Wait a minute. This officer's mag dump looks familiar. Enhance. 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 I know who that is. The exact shooting I was talking about at the first of this, with surprise Corgi in it where the officer mag dumps the guy in the back. That's the same officer. It's Officer Reddy. Somehow this shooting, though, didn't take place. That is the war zone that is a McDonald's parking lot. Might as well go ahead and play it if you didn't see that video.
Watch this. You fucking...
Dang, Officer Reddy, I'd say you're racking up some pretty gnarly CONUS kills,
Right
but
there
none of the
again.
people you've
Dude,
magged
we've
up
watched
have
that
died.
mag dump
Officer
like
Reddy
8
is racking
times
up
in
CONUS
this one
injuries.
video.
From a tactics perspective, this was a kick-ass shoot with only one noticeable pucker factor and one little noticeable WTF. And it's a little bitty WTF, because, I mean, it still worked. I'll show you. Right when they stop, the suspect starts putting rounds right into the center of the patrol car window. You can see that on the body camera. I went through quite a bit of training when it comes to being in your car during a shooting, and it was always taught that your car was called the tomb. This is because if you stay in your car during a shooting, you're probably gonna f***ing die. And you see in the movies all the time where people are using cars as cover. Cars don't make good cover. The best place to be if you're gonna shoot from behind a car is in the front, behind a tire, behind the engine block, and even then, there's a lot of rounds that can sail right through that engine block and hit you. The two officers in our video
Like, I
did an
think it's
incredible
like
job at
45
drawing
ACP,
quickly,
which
putting rounds in
fucking
the bad
sucks.
guy, and pushing to their target. These officers look like they have some really good training. Can you imagine some of the other officers we've reviewed having been in this same situation? You know what I'm talking about. Now for my pucker factor of the video. Officer Reddy, you sneaky slut. I thought your partner was going to shoot your ass when you crossed by the suspect's driver window. That could have been bad crossfire, but it's completely understandable that you didn't see where your partner was at that moment, and everything did kind of happen in a split second. It happens, and I'm glad they're both okay. The little WTF moment that I had, which isn't really that big of a deal because it worked, was Officer Wade's reload. I'm not hating, I mean, it worked. I've just never seen anyone reload like that. He had his mag like this and was jamming it in. Don't Photoshop that. That was a gnarly moment with them going from 0 to 60 like that. The suspect, on the other hand, wasn't very okay. He wasn't dead, but he definitely wasn't feeling too good. This motherfucker regretted shooting at cops so much that he teleported to the back seat to avoid getting smoked. Officer Reddy and Officer Wade jerk his ass out of the car, cuff him, and like fucking heroes, they instantly started saving the guy's life who was just trying to kill them. And when I say he was trying to kill them, look at this picture of the police car that the Houston police released on their Twitter. Every shot to the center was from the suspect. Thank God he was a full-force retard and only managed to kill a police car.
This
Remember,
shit
shooting
right
through
there.
glass can be really
You can
dangerous, so
aim
only
straight
use
and
it
go.
as a last resort. You get the glass blowback, so not only is that getting in your eyes and all over your body, you're breathing it in. So be careful. Try not to shoot through glass that much. In the end, our suspect was charged with 2 counts of attempted capital murder of a police officer, felony evading arrest in a motor vehicle, and felon in possession of a weapon. Not a nice dude at all, but they got him to the hospital in stable condition, filed the charges, and he might be in jail. I don't know or care. Douchebag. Until next time, I don't know how many
Fucking
videos I'm going to make
douchebag.
here while I'm with my family. I'm going to be here for like the next week, but you know, I'll try to get some more shooty shoots up and some more La Crosse, Wisconsin. The cinematic universe of La Crosse, Wisconsin. I'll try to get some of their stuff up here too. Code Blue Cam actually just came out with a t-shirt over at Bunker Branding where I sell all of my merch if you want to help support the channel. They have a shirt that says the La Crosse, Wisconsin Cinematic Universe now. It looks awesome. Support my channel by going to donutoperator.com. I'm on every platform pretty much. Subscribe to some of my other channels. I got like 4 or 5 YouTube channels now. We're all police channels where you can find this one without my stupid face talking. And until next time, everyone please have a fantastic day. Whacker.
Well, I'm gonna watch this one with you guys. Why not?
Hi everyone, Donut here. I'm back. I just had to take a little break. I got burned out and I went to Vegas for Halloween with Brandon Herrera and Heather and some of my friends. It was pretty rad, but I'm back. And guess what we're going to talk about today? You guessed it, a mag dump out of the greatest state in the United States, Texas. Also the best state on earth, except for Austin. Speaking of Texas, would you like to hear an update on the Texas police
Tennessee.
officer
I
here
love
in
Tennessee.
San
I was
Antonio,
born there.
McDonald's teenager parking lot shooting? If you're unfamiliar with the incident, I did an entire video breaking it down called Cop Shoots Unarmed 17-Year-Old While Eating a Burger. I'll leave a link below. If you didn't see it, TLDR, an officer shot a teen in a McDonald's parking lot for pretty much no reason and was subsequently fired and arrested.
What the fuck?
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
The officer was arrested and charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. Because there were 2 people in the car, the young man had a girl sitting in the passenger seat next to him. The family now, though, is calling for attempted murder charges. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. For several weeks, the teen was on life support after being shot in his stomach, diaphragm, lungs, liver, bicep, and forearm, but within the past couple of days, they've announced that he is officially off life support. Looks like the kid might actually pull through. Let's talk about the latest shooting that I found that actually originated in a McDonald's
cop
parking
gives
lot
good
also.
cops a
But
bad
first,
rap.
a word from our sponsor, American Pipe Dream. This place has some really improvised munitions. They got like jigsaw, while they're dangerous. Dangerous as hell for everyone. Dangerous for cops. Dangerous for people eating food. Dangerous for your health and blood pressure. Just don't go to McDonald's, people. Nothing good comes from there, other than adult Happy Meals. Oh, God, I forgot they had them. I hope they still have them. I'm getting some chicken nuggies today. Don't go to McDonald's. Just DoorDash it like I'm doing right now. Houston, the Atlanta of Texas. September 9th, 2022, 11:50 p.m. Houston police saw a black Ford Raptor driving way faster than it should have been driving. This means that you can pull it over. Traffic stop initiated. Pro tip, when you have a car full of retards with illegal things, you probably shouldn't speed. Ooh, I forgot YouTube doesn't like that word. At first, the vehicle did pull over into the war zone that is a McDonald's parking lot. As soon as the officers walk up to the truck, though, they take off.
Can you roll down all the windows, please? Roll down all the windows.
They probably watched the last video of what happens to a Hispanic person in a McDonald's parking lot. What if it was Ronald's fault this whole time? Anyways, they take off and the officers jump back in their car to pursue. Officers chase them for approximately 15 minutes, reaching very high rates of speed until the driver of the Raptor intentionally strikes the officers chasing him. Dude just slams on the brakes, puts it in reverse, and barrels back into the patrol car.
Effective.
Maybe he was trying to disable it, but hey man, this is not Sicario 2. Well, his master plan of reversing into the police car did not work. So he backed into the police car on purpose. This means that they can use force.
He had a knife in his hand. That's why we shot him. You seen him come out with the knife, right, cameraman? Almost killed him.
The suspect, who is about to get Swiss cheesed, bails out of the Raptor with his buddies bailing out behind him. The officer who pulls up on the driver's side of the Raptor sees something and calls it out.
Hey, he's got a gun in his hand. He's got a gun in his hand.
Suspect has a gun in his hand.
Uh-oh, it just got double hairy. Dude in the gray hoodie gets deboed by some stud running full speed while our main suspect runs to the right of the camera when a corgi comes out of nowhere and jumps into the chase. Anyways, I think it's a corgi. The f*** is that? I feel like it's running too goofy to be a cat, but why would a dog run towards loud sirens and cars? Well, that's a mystery that may never be solved, but the mystery of, hey, why is that cop's gun empty is about to be solved. Our officer who fires the shots bails out of his patrol car and
Officer
sees
ready,
the
right
suspect
fucking
point
there, ready,
his
what's
gun
it?
at another officer, so the officer does what he needs to do to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Dude, he was fighting. Holy
Good, I'm
crap.
good. Give me cuffs.
Can I have the Raptor, please?
Get that arm back. Get up. Blood. That's fine with the blood. Give me that arm. You go sit down somewhere. Hey, stay. I got the gun. Leave it where it's at right now. Hey, let's. Where's the gun?
It's right here. I got it.
Hey, whoever shot, go to your car.
You're good. I'm good. I'm good. This officer's name is actually Reddy, and my brother in Christ, was he ready? I think I counted 14 shots. As soon as the suspect is down, Officer Reddy jumps into action by grabbing his hands and putting them in cuffs. Yes, the cuffing is still necessary when you shoot somebody 14 times in their back. They could be playing opossum. Police immediately started working on the suspect's wounds, and guess what? This motherfucker lived. They got him to the hospital in stable condition. A gun was found by the suspect, and after all the madness was over, police looked in his truck, and guess what they found? McDonald's. Just kidding. They found ski masks and more guns. These dudes were definitely up to no good, and it wouldn't surprise me if the truck was stolen. Let me know in the comments below if you think that this was excessive force by the police, the right amount of force, or not enough. Should he have reloaded and put another magazine in him? Well, that's all I have for you fine people today. If you want to help support the channel, you can go over to donutoperator.com, where I have super sweet merch, or you can go over to Patreon, where I've been doing Donut After Dark. I'm sorry I haven't done one in like 10 days. I'm going to do one right now. It's $1, and we watched some pretty gnarly shit on there, including this shooting, uncensored. We talked about it the first time I saw it. Anyways, that's all I have for you fine people.
Fucking scumbags. Alright. Well, that is all for this video. I gotta go to fucking a hellhole that I call school. Fuck. My mom told me to go to hell, so I came to school. Alright, well. Enhance. I wanted that video, but okay. Well, this calls it for this video, so subscribe, like,